I'm going to do the dining order, and I'm going to use like a server computer to show you how to do it. So this is the computer that is my server, and most likely it will be used at the front desk, and it will log in as a manager. So let's say these two computers are for the dining room area, and the waiter will log into the system first. And just hit the dining button. So the dining room layout will show up. This is the layout for the restaurant that currently using this computer software, and it could be like different rooms, and this will be a custom make layout. So I will have to change the layout for your restaurant. So let's say Julia comes in and she has customer at this table. So you would just enter number of customer. So basically it's the same menu ordering layout. It will show up and you will just do the ordering just like the takeout. So let's say this customer order okay. So one feature for the dining room order is like the timing order for the takeout, and you can send the order at the time that you want the order get sent. So let's say I want to send these two right now, the iced tea, and I want to send these two like 1 minute later, and then send these two at 2 minutes later. So the waiter can gather all the orders and send it out at different time. So the drink can send out right away, appetizer can send out later, and then the entree can send out later too. And if you get dessert, and you can also set it at the later time too. So I have maybe 2 ice cream. I want to send it at 2 minutes later. You can either send it like with the minutes later, or you can specify the time. So you just type in the time. So let's say I want to send it at 9:10 a.m. So we will set it to 9:10 a.m. And of course you have to select this. So I think this is the Thai iced tea, and actually at the printer it will print the time that it gets sent. So this one's sent at 9:07, and the appetizer gets sent at 9:08. And I think the entree and the ice cream will get sent later. So so let's say Julia's another table comes in. And you just do it normal send, and then she has 2 tables now. So I think this is the order that gets sent like 2 minutes later with the entree. And then I think the ice cream will it's coming up. So Julia has 2 tables now, and they are still being used. So let's say I have another waiter and serving other tables. And he will just do the same thing. He cannot see Julia's table, and he can only grab the table, whatever that is available. So the ice cream, it show up it only gets print to the packing area. So let's say he grabbed this table and then just have this. So for Julia, you know, she cannot see John's table, and she can claim like a table that is available. But for the manager, he can see everything. He can see John's order, and he can see Julia's order. And the manager can also order stuff at Julia's table. And the manager can change, basically the manager can do whatever Julia can do. So the manager can also change the amount, like I want to give that like 18% tips, maybe that, let's say that table has party of 6 or more, and I give it like 20% discount. So I just save this order. So let's say for John, this is John's table, and you can also add the tips here, but it will require manager password. I can go into like any other computer and just enter the information and adjust like maybe 10%, and you can do that too. So it's very flexible. The manager can do it at any computer. So let's say Julia comes in and go back to this table. Sorry, no, is it this one? Okay, so you have to like refresh it, meaning you have to get out of the dining and come back in order to pick up the changes that the manager made. So it picks up the tips and the discount for this order. And if Julia wants to, let's say people wants to pay for it now, and basically just hit the print, and it will print a check. So this is the default printing, and if you want to, let's say the customer wants to print it differently. Let's say they want to split this order into two, and maybe one person wants to pay for this, and that into one check, and then pay all these by another check, and you can do that. Or they want to just split the check into two, you can do that too. So you just select 2 or 3, and then you just print, and then it will print 3 checks, and it will split the check into 3. And you can also select the Chinese printing too. I can show you, just I'm not sure how to do. Let me show you 2 checks. So all these pricing will be split into 2. But normally waiter will just print 1 check and just hit the print button. So that, what else I can show you? Okay, so let's say the customer is paying for the, is paying for it. So the manager at the front desk, it will just go to this table and then just hit this, and just pay for it, and then that table will be available again, and you can see that. whenever things get updated, you will have to hit the dining button in order to refresh the information. So I think that's about it for the dining.